quick question. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I am so sick and tired of just everything right now. Everyone is so quick to say, stop doing this, stop thinking like this, stop telling me I'm wrong. I have literally convinced myself at this point, based on everything that everyone's telling me, my therapist, my family, my friends, that I'm just doing everything wrong. I'm healing wrong. I'm thinking wrong. I'm training wrong. I'm doing relationships wrong. Everything I do is fucking wrong. And I'm so sick of it. Stop comparing. It's not even about comparison. Like, I genuinely just want love in my life so badly.
You know, she sounds like a teenager. You know how, ladies, y'all know, when we were teenagers, we had this phase in life where it's just like, you're wrong, I don't want to hear anything. That's what she sounds like to me. It's like, everyone's telling me I'm wrong, I'm not wrong. 9 times out of 10, you're wrong. And the thing about us as women, we do not like accountability. We don't like to be told that we're wrong. We feel like you're being insensitive. We feel like you don't understand the way that we feel. You are being too harsh. You're being too critical. All of these things. And I strongly believe that having a good support system of people who will let you know when you are wrong is great. That's the only way that you can grow as a person. And women, we really struggle with that. We really struggle with accountability. We really struggle with listening to people when they're trying to tell us that we're wrong. And trust me, I've been there before. I've been there plenty of times. Like, naturally, I am super sensitive, extremely sensitive. And I had to train myself to realize when people are telling me stuff, especially if it's multiple times, there's some truth to it. And you ladies, we have to get out of our feelings and stop thinking that everyone is trying to attack us. Everyone is trying to comfort us. That's not the case. Sometimes people just really want to help. And truth is not easy. I get it, but we have to understand that and stop being so defensive.
It's literally not about anyone else. It's just about me and what I want. And being fucking over the fact that I don't have it. I feel like I have done so much work on myself. I have built a beautiful life for myself. I'm happy with my life where I'm at, my job. I'm successful. I'm independent. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I take such good care of myself. Truly, the only thing I'm missing in my life is someone to enjoy it with. And I'm so sick of waiting. Like, when is it going to be my turn? What more do I have to do to...
She is giving very teenage vibes. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not. But the way that she's speaking as if she is still this teenage girl that has not been given the things that she wants, that she's almost like she's talking to her parents, like, this is what I want. This is all the things that I've done. I'm still, it's giving entitlement. And granted, we all know ourselves. We all have goals that we want to achieve, but it's not always just about us, okay? The world is bigger than us, ladies. I know sometimes we think that we're the only one in the world and we're special, and we matter. We do. You are special. You are special to God. Yes, because he created you in his image. But the world does not view us that way. And if we don't wake up and realize that we are going to be stuck in the mud. We're going to be stuck in the same place, doing the same thing over and over again. And then we're going to turn around and we're 40, 50, 60 years old and still alone. Because in this world, there are men that exist. And these men have standards, have requirements, just like we do. And if we as women aren't careful to listen to what these men have to say, many of us are going to die single. I know it's painful. I know it's hard to hear, but it's the truth. And we have to come to terms with this, ladies. And we have to understand that we have to do better. We have to learn what our flaws are. And not just with relationships. I see life as very grand and very big picture. I'm a very big picture person. And even with just life in general. And ladies, we do so good with our careers and everything and being successful. We know how to take criticism when it comes to our professional life. But when it comes to our love life, it's just like we lose sight of it. We just be like, well, this is what I want and I'm doing this. But have you really sat down and asked a man, asked someone who isn't benefiting anything from you? He's not having sex with you. He's just a random man or just a family member that you know. Ask them, hey, what is it about me that I can improve on? And don't go into it with a very sensitive heart. Okay, go in it with, I want to improve. I want to hear what they have to say. I am just trying to learn, try to grow, improve myself. That's how you have to go into it and see what they say. Because yes, we know all our accomplishments. We know what we have done. But the truth is, people see things in us differently. People see things in us that we don't see in ourselves. So try that, ladies. If you're struggling with achieving a goal in relationships, ask someone who's not benefiting anything from you, someone who's not having sex with you, someone who isn't in an intimate relationship with you. Ask your family members, ask your father, ask your brothers, ask your cousins, male cousins, what about me that I could work on? And see what they have to say. Don't brush them off. Don't get sensitive. You want to improve. You want to get to a certain goal. So you have to look at it from that standpoint and be like, whatever I need to do to improve myself and to grow, I'm going to do it. You have to get aggressive, ladies, especially my ladies in your early 30s, late 30s, early 40s. Like, it's time to get serious. And for my ladies who are younger, take this as a learning opportunity. Learn now. Girl, when you get to your goal, that's when you can enjoy it. What? Like, I'm getting so frustrated with her because she's not getting it. She's so focused on herself. And I get she's frustrated, but you rest when you achieve your goal. Okay? So many of us, we're so used to just doing the bare minimum and celebrating. Like, no. With myself, I don't celebrate until I get to that goal. Some people say I'm being hard on myself. Some people may say, "Oh, you do a lot." No. You reward yourself when you have achieved a goal. I'm the same way with my son. When he does something, he achieved a milestone, we celebrate. I don't celebrate the bare minimum. I don't believe in just celebrating what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do the work. You're supposed to work on yourself. That's life. We should never, and I understand that some people are comfortable with being comfortable, but if you want to achieve greatness, if you want to achieve success in a relationship, achieve a relationship, you have to put in the work.
Universe, soulmate person that God supposedly has for me, how much harder do I have to pray and manifest and wait? I feel like I'm being punished for something I didn't do.
Girl.
And I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. I don't expect a lot. I just want love in my life so bad. I want my life partner. Am I just supposed to be alone? Like, is that the message? That this beautiful life I've built for myself, like, it's just supposed to be me in it alone? Like, I know I have my dog and I love him so much, but, like, I need love.
What she needs is to get rid of this entitlement attitude, this childish teenage attitude, and move on. Okay, ladies, we need to stop doing this to our friends. We need to stop coddling and be like, yeah, girl, it's okay. And I get it. It's in our nature to do that. As women, we encourage, we empower. But guess what? A lot of times we have to be honest with ourselves and with our friends. Because what's happening is a lot of y'all are sabotaging your friends, and a lot of y'all know that too. A lot of women, y'all know what y'all be doing. Y'all pretend to be one thing, but then you go behind each other's back and gossip. I'm aware of all of that, okay? That's why I don't have barely any friends, okay? Because I know how women move. But to be better, I think that we need to stop coddling our friends, stop telling them what they want to hear, be honest, because that's the only way that people are going to grow. And I get that many women don't want to see other women grow, so they do it with malintent. I believe that most women do it with malintent because they know that if their friend does better than them, they're going to get left behind. Ooh, I know. See, I know. As a woman, I know I've had many experiences with failed friendships before, so I get it. But for those who are true friends, those who have very few people in their circle, y'all have to be the trailblazers for being honest with your friends, telling them to get out of this victimized mentality, telling them to stop with the, what is it going to be for me? What is it going to be? And tell them to snap out of it and get to work and work on themselves. Okay? We cannot play victim. We cannot be a victim. Life is too short for that. And many of us have goals. Many of us want to go places in life. And if you want to be successful, if you want to do things in life, you have to practice building your character, pressing through tough times, learning to take accountability, ladies. I'm telling you, you're not going to die. You're not going to die from taking accountability. I promise you, you're still going to be standing. When you say, I'm sorry, when you say, okay, it was my fault, trust me, you're still going to have breath in your lungs after that. You're not going to die. I know it may feel like it. I know saying I'm sorry or I was wrong is like someone pouring acid on you. I get it. But it's needed.
All of my friends have their fiancés and their boyfriends and their husbands that they prioritize.
Yes,
like, as far as I'm concerned, I've been left behind.
Yes, they do. Because guess what? They are doing something right. And maybe, ma'am, if you talk to those friends who are married, who are in relationships, they'll tell you what you need to do. They'll give you the keys to success, but you have to want to. You have to want to ask. You have to want what they want that bad. And I think that some of us ladies, we say that we want marriage, we say that we want relationships, we say all of these things, but deep down, I don't believe that we do. Because if we did, we would be taking action. We would be hungry for it, okay? Just like we're hungry to succeed, we're hungry to buy our first house, we're hungry to do all of these things for people to see. But when it comes to relationships, it's like, well, I need to work on myself. And yes, you do need to work on yourself, but not to a point where you're isolating yourself from a man. Work on yourself, but still keep moving. I don't believe in just secluding yourself from society while you're working on yourself. I don't advocate for that at all. Yes, work on yourself for a short period of time, but you need to keep moving. I remember my therapist after my divorce, she was so adamant about me getting back into dating, because I went to therapy for a few months and she was trying to push me into dating. And for me, I know that God had other plans. A lot of my wounds were a lot deeper than what she saw. So I knew it was going to take me some time. But for those who are semi-ready, y'all have to put your foot out there. Stop being inside all the time. Stop going to these bars. I need to make a video about that. Y'all not gonna find your husband in these lounges and bars. Stop going. Like, please. And stop going out with your girlfriends all the time with these brunches and lunches thinking that you're going to meet your husband. Not going to happen either. Not going to happen. You got to figure it out a different strategy because that ain't it. Not good men anyway. All right, let's go to the next video.
I'm not someone that posts or cries or anything on the internet, so this is a new one for me. I guess I need girls to rally with me and lift me up because I feel so defeated right now.
And I'm sorry.
I've been trying to meet
like I said earlier. Like I said earlier, I'm a pretty sensitive person, okay? But I'm never, ever going to go on camera and cry and talk to nobody on camera. Just not going to do it, okay? I'll cry in my room. I'll cry sit on the floor in my room. Maybe if I'm in a public place, I'll go to the bathroom and cry. But I will never, ever, ever cry in public or cry in front of a camera. I just think it's the most desperate thing anyone could do. Even if you are going through trauma, I don't like it. Because I think that when you're crying, that's a very vulnerable moment. And if it's genuine, you don't want anyone to see you like that. So when I see people crying on camera, it really has me questioning whether they're being genuine or not. That's just my opinion.
Someone, just anybody worth my time for years. And dating apps are so awful. I don't need to explain to you how awful the dating apps are. So I've been trying to meet people in public, and they're still trash when I do randomly meet people in public. But tonight takes the cake. Last week I was I'm part of an app that you can basically get invited to these events, and there was a comedy thing coming up, and I bought a ticket, thought maybe I'll meet people here, maybe I'll meet a guy, or just meet meet people in general that like I could become friends with, and then, you know, who knows what could happen. And let me just tell you how this went. I show up, it's a limited seating, get there first, like it was like an open bar, and in my head, I'm a prompt person, so I got there like 20 minutes beforehand, and I happened to be the first person there. Okay, kind of weird, but okay. They tell me, since it's an intimate thing, try to sit in the front row because it's going to be hard to get people squishing through there, and it's a sold out show. Okay, that's fine. I sit in the front row, and it's about showtime, and I'm realizing, like, nobody else is in the front row. It's just me. Everybody's, like, filled in the back. Like, every row's filled with all the couples, of course, and then it's just me. I guess people, like, some people had, I mean, of course, some people are going to drop out and not show up, but the host of the show comes up to me really quickly and like mouths thank you for like sitting in the front row, and she proceeds to go up onto the stage and pointed out, like, had everyone clap for me for being brave enough to sit in the front row, and like that was fine, like I get it, like, you know, people are afraid to sit in the front row, and I was kind of excited for it when I thought there was going to be people there. And it was just ironic that, like, the reason I was there was to meet people, and it was like I was a piranha. So she informed the crowd that, like...
victim mentality. Guys, like, maybe I am looking at it from a different point of view. I don't know. But, again, it's giving victim. Like, ma'am, you go into this show. What do you expect? First of all, I'm not going to sit in the front row anyway unless there was people there. That's just me. I'm not going to set myself up for that. And if I did, I'm going to enjoy it. I don't need nobody to come. And this is another thing too, ladies. I know I talked about working on yourself. Very important. But you should be so content with who you are before you go into dating that you are comfortable with just being by yourself. Okay? Let me give y'all some good advice. Men don't want a desperate woman. Now, some men may want a desperate woman to sleep with, to take advantage of, to do things to that you don't want to be done to you. But a good man who's trying to find a wife, a serious partner, he wants you to be secure with who you are. Okay? And if you're going someplace by yourself, you're going by yourself. Enjoy the time by yourself. This woman is playing the victim. Okay? It makes no sense whatsoever for her to act like this. You're sitting in the front by yourself, man, because you're going to an event by yourself to meet people. So if you wanted to meet people, you should engage with people and be like, oh, hey, like try and sit with them. But no, you want to sit in the front row and then you want to be upset when they call you out.
I was safe from being picked on because I was brave enough to sit there, and I'm like, oh, okay. So, like, the next few comics come up, and they both kind of point out, like, are you waiting on people, or, like, what's going on here? And I'm, have to admit, like, no, I'm trying to meet people. And, again, they're nice, they're not being mean to me about it, but it's mortifying.
First of all, how are you trying to meet people and you're sitting in the front row by yourself? That's very disingenuous to me, first of all. Because, again, if you are trying to meet people, you're going to want to be around people. You're going to want to introduce yourself, even if it is an event. You can still mix and mingle. You don't have to just stand there or sit there. Whew, excuse me. So her crying on here, it's ridiculous. And if I was her friend, I would be like, girl, stop the crying. And we would have a conversation just like this. The whole thing. Break it down like, girl, you go in here by yourself. What do you expect? You trying to find a man or you not trying to find a man? What is it? Because look at you, girl. Some of y'all need friends like that. Some of y'all have the wrong type of friends in y'all life. That's why a lot of y'all are not successful when it comes to relationships. And the sooner that y'all realize that, the better off that y'all will be. I'm telling y'all, y'all have to cut a lot of these so-called friendships off. I've done it, baby. I've done it so much I can't even count how many people I've cut off. And I am absolutely proud that I have, because my life is so much better. I have so much peace. I don't have to worry about nobody gossiping about me. I don't have to worry about nobody spreading my business. I don't have to worry about people sabotaging me and pretending to be my friend, but they're actually my enemy. Baby, I don't deal with those problems, okay? I am stress-free. I live my best life, and I am thankful, because wisdom has taught me that you pick friends based off of their actions, not by what they say.
Like, I don't want to go out again. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. I'm sick of it. When I try, like, shit like this happens and dating apps suck. And then I get into an Uber on the way home because I can't go have a drink like I wanted to because I have this giant fucking bag full of shit to carry around. And I get in this Uber and it's this 75-year-old woman with her dogs.
And while I'm thinking about it, sorry, I have to say this too. Ladies, when you make videos like this and then you post on the internet, don't be surprised when the Pookies and the Ray Rays come out and start hitting y'all up. And for all my non-black friends and viewers, it's the men that you don't want hit you up, because they're seeing this. And I'm very protective, especially over those that I love. And when I see a person being vulnerable, and I see all of these people that are sharks who will take advantage of vulnerable people, it's like I just want to snatch them out of it, you know? And ladies, don't do this. Don't post content like this on social media where everyone can see it and your future husband can see it and men that you're dating can see it, because this is like the ultimate height of desperation. And you know, and for her, she may not see it like that. She may see it like, I'm calling out for help. But in the eyes of men, in the eyes of some people, like, this is just straight prey. Okay? So I just want to put that out there.
She won't stop talking about her dogs and, like, how she got an oil change and what'd you do tonight? Was the comedy show good? And, like, I'm being nice and polite, but all I can think about is, like, this is gonna be me. Like, and I know that's a worst case scenario, and it's not even like that's a terrible thing to be single all your life, but, like, I just can't help but feel like I'm gonna turn into this because I'm never gonna meet someone. And for everybody who's gonna tell me it'll come along when you least expect it, I've been hearing that for like 7 years, okay? I'm so sick of hearing that. There's such a thing as people that just don't find their person and don't get married. So, like,
And it's such a contradiction, because, ma'am, you're ashamed that all of this was happening in front of everyone, but you're on here boo-hoo crying, and people are gonna feel even more sorry for you. Like, it's just a whole contradiction for me. I don't get it. Maybe that's just me. Y'all comment below. Tell me what y'all think, because, honey, I'm confused.
Like this happens and dating apps suck. And then I get into an Uber on the way home because I can't go have a drink like I wanted to because I have this giant fucking bag full of shit to carry around. And I get in this Uber and it's this 75-year-old woman with her dogs. And she won't stop talking about her dogs and like how she got an oil change and what'd you do tonight? Was the comedy show good? And like I'm being nice and polite, but all I can think about is like this is gonna be me. Like, and I know that's a worst case scenario. And it's not even like that's a terrible thing to be single all your life, but like I just can't help but feel like I'm gonna turn into this because I'm never gonna meet someone.
Well, let's just say that I would say that it can be for some people. Because in the world that we live in, even though being single or being independent, don't need no man, is being promoted, there are women out here that really want relationships. They really want to be married. So for some women, that is like the end of their world. And for those women who really strongly, like myself, want to be married, want to be with one person for the rest of their lives, we have to take it serious, you know? And for her, she's saying that it doesn't, it's not the end of the world, but you're crying and saying that that's not, she's contradicting herself. I don't think she knows what she wants. But back to her point and my point, if you want those things, ladies, you have to go after it. You have to be competitive. You have to do the work. You have to look deep within yourself to figure out, hey, what is it that I need to do? What am I doing? Okay? Because the more you look inward, you won't be offended when people tell you the truth, because guess what? You know why they say that you're your own worst critic? Because you know yourself. If you do the work and you look deep within yourself without any misconceptions, without the trauma, without all the past failed relationships, without the comparisons of other people, you will be at peace. And then you can start making the changes that you need to change. Self-awareness is key, ladies. It's key. In order for you to be successful, you have to be self-aware. Okay? And if you want a relationship, if you want to be married, you have to put in the work to get there. It's not always the other person's fault. I know we like to think, oh, he did this, he did that. But what did you do, girl? What did you do? Please tell me. And yes, I do agree that there are some people that is not a bad idea for them to be single for the rest of their lives. And they're content with that. But I believe that the majority of people do want to be in relationships, especially women, because of our nature. We love to be social. That's a part of our God-given nature. We're social beings. We like to nurture. We like to teach. We like to inspire. All of these things that requires a family, that requires children. Like, you can't get that from your girlfriends all the time. Your girlfriends can't cuddle you at night. Well, some of them can, because, you into whatever you into. But your girlfriend is not a masculine man. They may pretend to be masculine. They may have some masculine tendencies, but they are not a man. They do not have testosterone. Their brains aren't wired the same way as a man's. They can't give you logical, solid solutions to your problems. They're going to be like, oh yeah, girl, you right, you right, you right. That's not going to help you. And her attitude, like, no, you have to change your attitude. Like, flicking people off, come on. Yes, that may not be the best advice. That may not be the advice that you want to hear, but be mature about it, lady. That's not the best attitude to have. And I get she's frustrated. I get she want a man. I get she wants to be in a relationship, but that is not the right attitude to have. Okay?
Like, I'm gonna turn into this because I'm never gonna meet someone. And for everybody who's gonna tell me, it'll come along when you least expect it. I've been hearing that for like 7 years, okay? I'm so sick of hearing that. There's such a thing as people that just don't find their person and don't get married. So, like, I'm a realist. And the realist in me is starting to think,
confused.
like, that's gonna be me.
Lady, you need a man to get your mind wired. If we're all the feminists out there, y'all be like, oh, I don't need no man. Whatever. Y'all can lie to yourselves all y'all want to. Okay? Lie to yourselves all you want to. Say whatever you want to say. We all know the truth. We all know the truth. And the truth is that lady don't know what she want. Okay? She's saying all of these things, but her actions are contradicting what she's actually saying. And that's the thing, ladies. Whether they're friendships, relationships, this goes for men too. Never take a person's word for it, okay? A person proves themselves by their actions, okay? Always keep that in mind. So, what can we learn from this? Ladies, stop playing the victim. Stop thinking that everyone who gives you constructive criticism is your enemy. Stop thinking that every person who gives you constructive criticism is a hater. Stop thinking that everyone who gives you constructive criticism does not want you to succeed. That is not the case at all. It's actually a big fat lie. Now, again, like I said earlier, there are some friends, well, y'all friends, because they ain't mine. But there are some friends that y'all have that are sabotaging y'all. And I'm going to say it straight up. They're straight sabotaging y'all. They're jealous. They don't want to see you succeed. They agree with everything that you say. And your life never changes. It's never going to change until you get those friends out of your circle. I know some of y'all may not want to hear what I have to say, but it's true. And I'll still be here when y'all come back and realize the truth. When y'all come back 5, 7, 6, however many years later, once y'all realize that you're not getting anywhere in life because of those friendships that are keeping you back. So, change your circle. Get women in your life who are going to tell you the truth. Because women who tell you the truth actually care about you. Women who tell you the truth actually care about you, not the ones that agree and be like, yes, girl, yes, you right, you right, you right. No. No. And while we're on the topic of friends, just be mindful. Just be mindful of who you consider your friend. Because just because y'all laugh, y'all hang out, y'all have brunches, y'all do all of these does not mean that they are your friend, okay? They gossiping about other people to you. 9 times out of 10, they're gossiping about you to their friends. So keep that in mind. Playing the victim. We're not doing that. As ladies, we need to learn how to accept accountability. I'm not saying that all the time it's your fault. I'm not saying that at all. Because sometimes it is other people. But understanding women, because I am a woman and I have been in those situations before where I think that it's everyone else but me. You have to come to terms with sometimes and most times it's not always the other person, it's you. So taking accountability, it works not just in everyone else's favor, but for you, for your favor too. Being wrong is not the end of the world. And the last lesson I want to touch on is, if you want something, if you want a relationship, ladies, don't be ashamed to go after it. Okay? If you want a man, the best way to get a man is to understand him. It's not by getting advice from other women on men. That's the worst advice. I can give y'all my opinion about men, but I will never try to teach y'all about a man because I'm not a man, okay? No matter how much experience I've had with men, no matter how many conversations I've had with men, I am not a man, nor do I want to be. Okay? So the best way for y'all to understand men is to watch content on what men want. And I'm not talking about, because it's some weird people out here today, y'all. So many weird people that have a large following, but they have so many character flaws. And I see things. I'm an empath. I have strong, what's the word? Strong judge of, I have good judge of character. And there are so many, especially men influencers that are garbage, straight have garbage character, but have so many following. So don't base it off of their following, okay? Base it off of their actions, not just what they say, but their actions. Have they been in successful relationships? Are they married? Not to say that people who have had failed relationships can't give good advice. They actually can give great advice, but you have to see their fruit. You have to see the fruit that they bear. In other words, their words should align with their actions. If it does not align with their actions, run. But understand, men, and we have to stop with this whole bashing men thing. I'm not for it, okay? Like I've said before, I have been in some bad relationships before. I was in a marriage that did not work. But you will never, ever hear me bashing men, because I'm not going to allow 1 or 2 relationships that were failed to just tarnish my whole outlook on men. I think that is foolish, because you have to learn how to forgive and forget and move on with life. So, yes. If you haven't already, you guys, like, share, subscribe. I want to hear your thoughts on what your thoughts are when it comes to relationships. Do you believe that most women or men want to be in relationships, or you think it's the opposite? Share your thoughts. If you guys find this helpful or useful, again, share, like, subscribe, comment, and be sure to check out my other videos if you are led. And until next time, bye.